Hello and welcome to Youth Education Services. My name is Sarah Benno and today I'm going to talk to you about parents versus friends. This is quite a controversial topic and I hit on it very briefly in my introduction. As a teacher and a parent, we seem to have a little bit of confusion in this next generation on what it actually means to be a parent. To be a parent is that person who sets those boundaries, those expectations, those structures and those routines. Our job is to enforce the core values that we want out of our children. Our job is to actually provide our children with the fundamentals to ensure that they're capable to go and work and live in the big wide world. Unfortunately, we have some parents who get very confused and think that their job is to be their child's best friend. I see this all the time as a teacher. I see that we have a lot of parents that have a lack of understanding of what it actually means to be a parent. Sometimes it feels like a thankless job, and sometimes it feels like all we're doing is nagging, or all we're doing is enforcing consequences to get the behaviour that we want. It's not that way at all. As I've discussed in some of my other YouTubes, if you have that routine and if you have that structure, it becomes embedded into the nature of the day-to-day life and doesn't need to be nagged. It's how you do that as to whether or not you end up having to nag. But if your child knows the expected behaviours and that the consequences are reinforced, they then just become automatic in nature. We have parents today, however, that feel that they had such a non-relationship with their own parents that they've actually flipped right over and they don't put any boundaries, they don't put any structure there, and these children can do anything they want whenever they want to do it. I call them friends of children, and they're the ones who, as a teacher, that I end up having to speak with. The ones that I don't speak with are the parents, because they get it and their children are happy and their children know what's expected of them, and their whole little family unit is working very nicely. So quite often I speak to these friends, the parents that are trying to be their best mate of their child rather than the parent. And that child will in turn have a whole lot of attitude and will just talk to my mum. My mum doesn't care, or, you know, talk to my father, he'll give you an earful. And you'd be surprised at how many times I have been abused on the phone by parents. It's actually really sad to think that these parents see their child as this equal. They're not. They're craving, literally craving some guidelines on what to do and how to do it. They don't want to go out with these people. They want their own friends. They want to establish their own attributes. So these friends, they actually stop that child being the best it can be, because they're living through the eyes of that parent. They're doing the things that that parent wanted to do rather than setting that child up for doing what it wants to do. These children also have high absenteeism because when they don't feel like going to school, they say to mum or dad, "Oh, I don't feel like it today." And mum and dad goes, "Oh, well, I was never allowed." "Yeah, of course. You can stay home today. You know what, we might even have a day off, it's your birthday and we'll go to the movies." You know what? They miss a whole day of school. And catching that up is harder for them. They need you to be a parent. They need you to tell them that they have to get to school. Because we know for a fact that the children that are at school every single day or within the 90% range do the best educating because of the consistency. The children that have these wonderful friends as parents and allow them to take all this time off or don't care where they are or support them being at home, they struggle when they get back to school and then they can't keep up. And then they become those statistics. So you're not doing them favours. Become a parent and do what parents are required to do. This comes down to everything. It comes down to the wearing of makeup. It comes down to what time they're allowed to stay up to. It comes down to what time they can get home at. It comes down to what movies you're allowing them to see. It comes down to whether or not you think it's okay for them to be smoking before 18 or whether they're drinking at home with you. You're not doing them any favours. They need that structure. Ask teachers. They can see these kids in the classroom within a blink. They stand out like neon flashing lights. If you're a friend, please, I'm asking you to become a parent. Have a look at my YouTubes around boundaries, structure, respect, a lot others. But the time for friendship is when they become adults. Thank you.